Do you think Father's Day should be celebrated more than we do celebrate Mother's Day? Yes or no?
Oh no, that's a difficult. If we are saying maybe 100%, we will give mothers 80 then.
20 to fathers.
Fathers, yes.
All right. This is very, let me say, it's a very controversial question. Do you think fathers should be celebrated the same way as we celebrate mothers on Mother's Day?
Yes and no.
Why yes and no?
Yes, because...
So my name is Nia. Welcome to my channel.
Thank you, Nyai.
What's your name?
My name is Joy.
Isaac Oche.
Isaac. Okay. Are you a father?
Oh, now I'm not a father, but I will soon be a father. Yeah.
Okay. Charlie, how are you? How are you?
I'm good, bro.
Welcome to my channel once again.
It's good.
How is life?
Charlie, we can't complain.
How is school, quarantine, home?
School quarantine home is quarantine school.
Joy, today is Father's Day as we celebrate Father's Day across Ghana and Africa. We just want to celebrate Father's Day today. When we say fathers, who is an ideal African father?
An ideal African father to me is a man who is legally married to a woman.
One woman?
One woman, thank you. And this person is responsible enough to love the wife and his children, take care of them as he would any other person, and keep them as his priority. So a man loves his wife, would disagree with the wife sometimes, but still understand that we are one flesh, and would sit to discuss family issues, his plans, her plans, have that bond together, as well take care of the affairs of the children, train them, lead them, show them the right path to go, and to make sure that whatever they do in life is for their best.
An ideal African father to you?
What I know about ideal African father is that ours is different, because even in Ghana right now, our fathers, the way they used to train us is different from outside. Okay. Outside, what we know is that from 18 years going, your father will live your life for you, you do whatever you like. From back Ghana, hey, you'll be trained.
Oh, here in Africa?
In Africa, yeah. You'll be trained very well. Hey, be here. By the time I come back, you should be there. You shouldn't move anywhere. They'll be straight on you.
But do you think it really helps us?
Some way it really helps. It really helps a lot. And
in your view, who is an ideal African father?
Oh, an ideal African father. I think a father all around the world is a father. Not necessarily the person who biologically gave birth to you, but then anybody who has a part in your upbringing and in your life is considered a father enough. Yeah.
How is an African father important in our lives?
An African father, in our part of the world, the father is seen as the trainer. He says something and nobody can refute, and all that. Though it has changed over the period, but that's the picture we have. The father is the stronger person who is the disciplinarian. So we have mothers who do that, but the father is the one who says that stop and that is it. You run around, mommy talks, you don't listen, but then when the father says end of story, that is the end of story. And I think it's important, a father figure is important, because in raising children or in building a home, is not built by one person. And so in as much as there's a mother who contributes so much to the family, there has to be a father to contribute his quota to make it work. A son or daughter would want to grow up knowing a mother and a father, not just a mother or just a father. So I believe the presence of a father is very important in the life of children and in the home in general.
Wow.
Important African father. I said a lot, but what I'll add to it is that the way they train us, that's the most important thing, because they don't want their daughter or their son to go into a different life or something. So they'll make sure everything is on point. If they'll take good care of you, they'll do everything that you like. You won't lose anything.
How important is an African father in our life?
Oh, very, very important, because as you know, we come from a a patriarchy background where the men are more or less the head or the leaders in society. So then it means they are quote unquote the custodians of our culture. When it comes to the family level, they are supposed to make sure that the children are oriented well enough to be able to fit into the society from where they come. So, an African father is important when it comes to that aspect. It's very important.
This is very, let me say, it's a very controversial question. Do you think fathers should be celebrated the same way as we celebrate mothers on Mother's Day?
Yes and no.
Why yes and no?
Yes, because as I mentioned earlier, a mother contributes her quota, a father contributes his quota. For example, if there's a newborn baby and the baby starts crying, the mother will have to breastfeed, but the father showed or is also there to take the child, and as the mommy takes her rest, he also ensures that so the child is getting some rest and you can all sleep. So we share the burden. So it's because we all work together to make things happen. A father should be celebrated as a mother is. No, because in some settings there's a father figure missing, and so it will be difficult to celebrate a father that is more biological than a mother who has been there all the time, and it's vice versa. So in a case where the mother hasn't been present and has been the father all the time, I'll celebrate the father both on Father's Day and Mother's Day. So the celebration depends on who the person is to and how much they've contributed, notwithstanding the fact that there are other people in our lives that are not biological fathers that have also played tremendous father figure roles in our life, and so celebrations must be on point.
Wow, excellent, excellent. Do you think fathers should be celebrated more than mothers on Mother's Day?
This question is very tough, but we need to. Mother's Day is very special because mothers, they have the heart. No matter what the situation is, when they bring a trouble and your mom is around, your mom will defend you. But your daddy, hey, they be Mother's Day, we can never forget.
So you mean we should celebrate Mother's Day more than Father's Day?
Yeah, we should celebrate Mother's Day more than Father's Day.
Charlie, some people will not agree with you.
They should agree because what I'm saying is true. What I'm saying is very, very true because mothers, they have that heart. Wow. And if we are saying maybe 100%, we will give mothers 80 then.
20 to fathers.
Fathers, yes.
All right. Do you think Father's Day should be celebrated more than we do celebrate Mother's Day? Yes or no?
Oh no, that's a difficult. That's
But what do you have to
what?
say about
But then every parent has their role or has a very important part in our upbringing and life. So to say one parent is to be more celebrated than the other, I don't think that is right, because already we are trying to counter the fact that African mothers are celebrated more than fathers, and over the years, I think the last 5-6 years, I'm seeing sort of improvement with the media houses where they begin to publicize more about Father's Day as coming up as compared to mothers. Although it's not there yet, but then they are still coming. I think it's a gradual process, and people are finally beginning to appreciate the fact that they have to celebrate their fathers as they do their mothers, because fathers play a very important role in their lives.
Do you have anything to tell fathers in case there are fathers watching us? What is your message to them?
Fathers. Okay, so I know fathers in general do a tremendous work. Ideally, they go out in the morning, come back, and we make sure there's food on the table. Though sometimes we don't even realize it's the work of fathers. All we know is that food is given, our fees are paid, there's shelter, there are clothes, and all of that. We don't see the struggles fathers go through. But I just want to say, in as much as we don't say it most of the time, or whether we say it or not, or we express it or not, we deeply appreciate the role you play in our lives, and we pray that God will keep each and every one of you and help you be more of fathers than any other thing, to know that it's not even just about we appreciating you, but then knowing that you are deeply appreciated wherever you are, whoever you are, as much as you are doing your work as a father.
What message do you have for fathers out there?
Oh, what I have for fathers is that God really bless them because they've really helped us a lot in terms of everything. They push us. Even if you don't have the spirit or the morale to do something, they just push you. They show you hardcore, yeah, Charlie, yeah, it will be war, yeah, it will be war, yeah, it will be war. And they help a lot. And some of the fathers to push, like they help, they support in everything. They sacrifice their life and everything. And some too, it depends. It depends. So what I'm trying to say is that God really bless them. They should continue being a good father to us, and God really bless them so much.
What message do you have for fathers out there? If you have an opportunity to tell fathers something, what will you tell them?
Being an African one and being a father in Ghana, it's difficult since we are given that responsibility, or the society gives us that responsibility of being the breadwinners of the home, although it's changing, but then that underlying factor is still there. It's difficult, yes, true, because when it comes to monetary issues, everybody looks up to you, the whole family looks up to you. But then I think as fathers or as men, we should try enough, and we should make sure that we always live up to our expectations. Although it's difficult because finding money currently is difficult, but then we should try our best and make the family understand what is going on and how things are. That form of being closed, the kind of fathers we used to experience in the olden days, where they always wanted to look quote unquote bemisu. They always wanted to have that.
A man doesn't cry.
Man doesn't cry, so then they didn't want their family members to know what they were actually going through. I think of late, trying to open up for your children to also appreciate the kind of things you go through helps them know how much effort and love you have for them, for the reasons why you do what you are doing.
Okay. So before I ask you my last question, I want to ask you this: is there any moment that you cherish so much about your father?
Moment I cherish so much about my father, on the top of my head, I can't remember, but I think there should be a couple of them, and they are not even planned moments. So there's a time when we are just doing something at home, and a comment comes up, and you thought like, this is funny, because you don't expect him to say something like that. But I if I have to go back, the moment I really cherish are the times when he was working. I rarely saw my dad in the week, so you see him on a Saturday and Sunday because that's when he's around. But what I know is when I'm asleep and it's around 3 a.m., I wake up and I'm hungry. So first he's back home, he will have some bread there, and I suck at myself before we're done.
That's so lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, so in case your father is watching, what message do you have for him? What do you want to tell him?
Okay, I think most of us have told so many lies, and everybody says that my father is the best and all. It could be true for many, but I wouldn't say my father is the best person you could ever meet or have as a father. He has his flaws, but all the same, he's been good. He's in his flaws and everything. He's the one who gave birth to me with my mom, and I really appreciate his efforts in my life, his guidance, his leadership, his prayers, especially. Every time I had to take exams, he prayed for me before I took exams. And I just appreciate his leadership, and I love him.
That's so nice. And I'm short of words. I don't know what to say again. Okay. So if your father is watching, what will you tell your father?
Oh, what I would, a special message for my dad is that since it's Father's Day, what I'm trying to tell him is that God really bless him for how far he has brought us to now. And he is still with us because he has done a lot and we can't count. If he said we should pay too, we can't pay. The only thing we'll do is that we will work hard and come and take good care of him too. God really bless him. He has done very well and he's still fighting.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you too.
I want to ask you this question. In case your father come across this video, what message, or if he is watching, what message will you give to him?
Oh, Daddy Charlie, you've really done a lot. You've done well because bringing up two stubborn boys.
Then you were that stubborn.
Very stubborn. Bringing up two stubborn boys is not that easy, and to be able to make sure that we went to good schools from JHS to primary, to university. I really want to say big ups that you've really done a lot. You've done a lot. We appreciate it.
Nice, nice. Thank you. But one last question. The guys out there, the single ones and the ones dating, who are yet to be a father, what advice will you tell them so that they'll be a responsible father one day?
Okay, so then right now with the way financial issues are going, as a young man, you should know that when you hit your 20s, then you are getting ready to, you are getting closer and closer to marriage and therefore becoming a father. So then I think as a young man in your 20s, you should start to wisen up and begin to look for avenues to save money. Although you are not married now, but start saving money aside, putting money aside, and try and do some investments so that when you one day become a father, taking care of your kid will not be so difficult. There are a lot of financial institutions around where you could seek that kind of financial advice and financial help from. I think to make being a father easier in the future.
Thank you so much for coming on my channel.
Thank you very much.
What do you want to tell young guys out there that are not yet fathers?
Yes, to every young guy who is not yet a father, especially my beloved, I would want to say that in as much as fatherhood is not a joke, motherhood isn't either. But I believe it's a partnership that works if we partner well, and I believe that we shouldn't just focus on what people have done as fathers, but then in as much as we try to learn from other people, let's pick out the ideal situations, the ideal duties, the ideal ways that people have worked with, have done in their lives, the advices people give, the most ideal of them, and put it in our setting, working with our wives, working with our children to make sure that everything we do is better for them and better for ourselves. We are not reliving the past, but then we are shaping a future that is going to make each and every one of us better than we have ever known, because fatherhood, motherhood, fatherhood is not a journey that has ever been worked on. It's a journey that you just start and you don't know what's ahead, but then you're expected to be best at it. So that's it for you.
So thank you so much for having you on my channel.
You're so welcome.
Thank you so much. So as we celebrate Father's Day, you've heard it all with the little interview that I've done. Fathers are really much important. And guys, I tell you, the pressure, the responsibility, the things that they come with as a father, Charlie, you'll never understand until you get there. So to all fathers out there, we say big thank you to you, and also to my father. I celebrate you, and to also my spiritual father, Reverend Tom Bryce Davids. I say thank you so much for the impact you're doing in my life and everything. And to my biological father, I say, Daddy Charlie, I thank you for putting me through education and also giving me a proper life to live today, that someone has chosen me to be his future husband. Thank you so much, guys. And please, if you have any thing to share with us, also tell us your experience with your African father in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. My name has always been Iai, aka Ganyebi. Until then, I see you on my next episode. Today, I put on my nose mask so that my mother-in-law will not worry me. Okay, guys, so see you. And don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends, okay? I'll see you. Bye-bye.
We go make 'em. We go make 'em.